Okay, theoretically, this should be putting me on live, but you know how YouTube is. And also I'm having to use a different OBS. Do not worry. Yeah, looks like I am on. I am still collecting the hot takes. I'm just here now to get a bit of extra time to configure stuff, as I'm not used to making YouTube content. Like, oh, this looks terrible, completely terrible. What's the best way to capture chat with YouTube? Hello, hello. It doesn't even say it, does it? I want to get like, I want to capture chat and not have it look like really shitty. Is this doing that? Doesn't seem to like, this is where the hot takes go, but this is like the hot takes lobby. It doesn't, I'm trying to figure out a way to capture chat with YouTube. Like with my regular stream, there's an easier way to do it, but this is me just like getting ready and like getting people in here. Just gonna really quickly try to figure out what the best way to do this is. Because right now the pop-out chat is like hella ugly. Hella ugly. So what if I do, not too much is going on, Patrick White, or Wait? It's hard to see. But why is this so bad? Can I, what can I do to make this better? I'm gonna quickly look up how other people capture chat. Because my guess is it's the same shitty way that I'm doing it right now. I guess they go to browser. Yep. This is terrible. I don't want this. I'm just really quickly watching like I'm literally watching YouTube tutorials right now explaining the best ways to get chat, and all of them have it like fucking enormous like this. And it's like, what? Come on, man. There's got to be a better way. Is this the best thing that YouTube has available to us? Like, come on. I'm gonna also set it to live chat. I know I can like technically crop this, but that just seems bad. Take the right. If I just go like this, make it like 50, 70. Already kind of doing that. But yeah, how is everyone doing? How is the sound? I wanna get this stuff figured out before the time that I said I would start, which was around, we'll do 200. Still so bad. Like, and then I'm gonna crop the bottom. Leandro Delgado, how is it going, man? Not too much is up with me. I'm ready for the takes. I'm having to use an older version of OBS because I guess Streamlabs OBS still doesn't really have a good way to deal with. You can't hear anything? Okay, this is why we do stuff like this early. More in left here than right. All right, I got you. Wait a sec. Isn't equal to both sides. So the problem I'm having is I'm having to use a different OBS because I want to use slideshows. OBS downmix to mono. How do I do this? Okay, I guess I'll go to advanced audio properties. I do not like having to downmix to mono, but I think that's what I'll have to do just for right now. Advanced. I don't even see it. This is still such a bad chat capture. Trying to make this like better without it just looks so ugly. There's like no good way to do it. Yeah, the reason why is like Jungle Jape single should be legal. I'll try to answer the things. The reason why is that it's not like it's on one channel on my audio interface, but that's how it's interpreting it. So I want to advanced audio properties. Okay, I'm trying to, okay. How about now? Is it better now? Is it better? Please tell me it's better now. Otherwise, we have issues. We're having big issues. Big delay. Just lost sound still? Is it perfect? Okay, so it's back. It's good. It's completely fine. Okay. Yes. All right. The delay might be a YouTube thing. You know, the streaming here is not amazing. But I'm just trying to figure out what specifically the delay is. Let me just look at this. Okay, good. So we got the scenes. Sound is good. See, this is why we do stuff like this. I'm looking at some last minute takes from people. I guess I should tweet this out too. Starting soon. Wait, this is YouTube Studio. Ugh. Okay. How do I get this to work? It's not letting me link it out. Oh wait, there it is. Share. Are you kidding me? This is like so stupid. I hate YouTube. I hate technology too. It just lets me down constantly. Fox isn't a cool character. Luigi more viable than Samus. See, you guys are dropping all these takes. I said put them in the fucking community, guys. I was screenshotting them. Now I'm having to react to them real time. Come on, guys. Oops. I love the takes though. Really liking people's reactions so far. Oops. Okay, muting this. What am I saying? Oh, I want to get. I'm actually still getting right now a bunch of takes. So I'm just gonna quote tweet this. Okay. It's 20 seconds-ish delay, at least for me. What kind of delay? Oh, in terms of reacting to chat, worth mentioning. the delay also might be me just like flipping through monitors and going like, you know what I mean? Like I'm also kind of like, oh, what? So like right now, the latest comment is Samus does better versus Spaceys, I'll lose. You can check the delay there. Part of it might just be me like being slow. I'm just trying to capture all of these takes right before, because I'm getting a lot on Twitter from people whose opinions, you know, I think are good, solid. Where else? All right, got Amba Sinister posting stuff, so I'm gonna take his. Get lots of takes, lots of takes. Oh man, I'm trying to keep up with the chat, trying to save stuff. What are you guys saying? It's 20 seconds late, at least for me. Talking about Falco laser is not annoying. That is debatable. Samus does better versus Spaceys because I play Samus. That's why Samus is playable. No, you're being slow. There's a delay. Interesting. I wonder if it might be on my end. I could turn it off and on. I haven't used typical OBS for a while. So it doesn't say there's a delay. It might just be YouTube. Damn. Well, this isn't exactly the kind of stream right now that I'm planning on really doing a lot of like chat interaction. Obviously, I'm going to interact with chat, but it's like, it's not like this is me being like, hey guys, what's up? And then kind of going off from there. Can I do like a little bit bigger? Look at the format I tried to get to work, and then look at how fucking big and ugly this chat is. Not as in the people, of course, but the format. So I'll try to do this. Threw this together kind of quick. It is 12:31. I realize I don't even have water. I'm gonna grab water. 1 second. Now I'm getting people saying there's literally no delay. Interesting. Very interesting. I should put like on like a clock or something we can all what's it called, react at the same, or like get an idea. But I think we are in a decent place. Trying to just check over my Twitter notifications, seeing if there's anything community related that I missed. I'm sure there's new comments that I'm not seeing. I'm gonna open up the actual little chat tab. I think that's easier for me. I feel bad that I'm like chopping off people's names too. I wonder if I could just do like, see, it's annoying because like my view of the chat is like what it looks like. It's just this small window, but this is how it is like screen captured. So if I go window capture and I do chat, chat 2, and I find, yeah, this, like, see, this looks, oh my God, this looks better. But wait, we'll really quickly toggle this one. This looks better in terms of format, but it's very hard to read. So how much bigger would it have to be? So what I'd do is I'd go like this. How's that? Is that better? Are there any hot takes left? We haven't even started. We have not even started. We are working on the tech issues, but as always, but this looks way better. I know, because this is like YouTube, man. Like they got some work to do. Also, check out this. What do you guys think of this? It's a custom emoji for, I guess, members, but also, which I'm working on that. But also that's an emoji on my Twitch. It's called Falco Pog. I don't know how you guys can let me know it. Westball's lost it. That's not even a hot take. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so if you'd like to get that emote, subscribe to me on Twitch, or eventually we'll do member stuff with this channel. Been making more behind the scenes content. Oh, I should also plug my Discord, which I'm gonna post about right now. If you are interested in joining my community Discord, you can find that here. And we do community events like Among Us, and watching the documentary is something we're going to do eventually. We do like stream watching, we'll talk, we'll play games. It's just a great place to chat about Melee, so definitely jump in there. Right now I'm gonna post to everyone. I'm gonna tweet out. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, I just want to make sure that like people actually know what's going on. All right. How can there still be hot takes? Okay, so I think we're in a good place to start. What I'm gonna say, because that's a perfect segue, is everyone, myself included, has truly terrible Melee takes. Melee is such an interesting game. There's so much to talk about. And so as a result of that, everyone has evolving, terrible, shitty takes in Melee. And they believe it. They'll go, you know what? The game would just be better if blank. And you might not necessarily even believe that shitty take, you know, a week later. But today, you believe it. And so I know from talking with people for like the last like 6 years or whatever about Melee, is people will say to me, they'll look me directly in the eye and they'll say, you know, Melee would be balanced if, and they finish the sentence. Maybe that's how I should have set it up, is Melee would be balanced if blank. But I just wanted to hear different takes, different opinions. I think it's a super fun discussion. I do plan on like kind of hard roasting some of you guys, so like hopefully I'm not too harsh, but yeah, this is auto scrolling, right? I am built for, oh my gosh, is it Gilly Guide or Jilly Guide? Because I am absolutely gonna go in on that one. That one's one of the best. I mean it with the warmest, most affection, that it is a trash take. So again, nothing tends to come out of it. We'll see. We'll see. You got it the first time. So Gilly, right? An entirely new character to spice the meta, provided it's balanced. Okay, so I think we should start. And I'm going to keep the chat open on my main monitor. So we're going to have an idea of like... see, I'm like, the thing is I leave the Twitter open and people are tweeting at me now being like, squeezing in the takes, you know? They want to get in because everyone is very opinionated in this game. I feel like this attracts opinionated people in general. Oops, hot take, add Bayonetta. All right, it's time to cut the hot takes and actually focus. So, starting off, I'm going to transition to this slideshow. Oh, by the way, if you guys haven't already, follow me on Twitter. I post out stuff like this a lot. I'll tweet when I'm live on stream, new videos, etc. You can give me ideas for video content. And yeah, join the Discord. I'll post that as well again later on. But moving right along, here is the thing. We don't really have room to just, where did I start? I think it's here. We'll start, I know I can't see the chat, so maybe what I do is I like move it to like this size, and then I add, what's it called? Just give me 1 sec. I'm doing window capture and I'm doing chat too. And we go like this. So I want to be able to see the chat, but we're not going to be able to see me, I think, because there's just too much going on. Something like that. Maybe a little bit bigger. How's that? You guys let me know. Okay, so here is the first hot take from Lasagna, I assume is how it's pronounced. Active community member, I'm pretty sure is a moderator for the NetPlay Discord. Seems like a nice person. So their take is PAL version plus Spacies being unable to jump out of Shine. Unable to jump out of Shine. Would be an insanely good change and would bring about a far more diverse and interesting meta. All right, so here's my little reaction, Cam. And then below we have Gilly Guide reacting to that, saying removing jump out of Shine would literally kill Melee. So what are the implications of not being able to jump out of Shine? Well, I assume they're saying jump canceling Shine. Basically means you can't wave Shine anymore. You can't wave dash out of Shine. So Falco, like any wave shining related combo is just instantly gone. For example, is this still going? Okay, wait, yeah. Oh crap, this got closed because I closed the window. We lost the thing. Okay, so my bad. If I don't keep the thing, if I don't keep the chat open, it like closes this. This is bad take. This is one of the worst takes. Again, all these people seem very nice. Okay, all these people seem very nice. Unbelievably bad take though. Smoothest of brain takes. You're literally taking away some of the most interesting aspects of Melee. You're taking away wave shining. You're taking away wave shining as Falco, so pillar combos. You literally like, there's so much that's so bad about this. I don't really know what the logic is. Zero IQ take. I don't know. This is an incredibly bad opinion. I feel like, I think this is, while we're done, when we're done doing everything, well, maybe we'll try to rank them. We'll try to rank them as like absolutely terrible to, oh shit, this is a real thinker. This is one of those, maybe they're right takes. But right now, this one is a contender. Then PAL version, I'm trying to think of major changes for PAL that like are relevant. Obviously, this is kind of top of my head, top of my mind. This one is definitely in bottom tier. This is, but I was honestly, all of these are going to be really bad. It's actually going to be fun to rank like, rank it all. So PAL version, like the major ones that I would think of is like weaker up smash, no chain grabs off of Sheik, Marth down air doesn't work. I think Falco's down air behaves the same though. If I look up like, see, it sucks because like this closing changes it. PAL Melee list of regional differences. There's some like smaller ones like, but most of them like are not too big of a deal. Yeah, spike angle so he still has the spike. I know. Looking through. Light Falco Dare sends away. Yeah. It's a Sakurai angle. There are some funny ones. Jigglypuff, Bowser's down throw, undamaged by it in NTSC. Now damaged by it. Wow, it's a great change. But yeah, most of them seem bad. I think it depends on how you deal with the concept of game balance isn't to take away options to make everyone near the same level, but to raise everyone to a certain skill cap. But yeah, this is a terrible take. I'm gonna pop the webcam off because again we want room. Maybe one of the worst, but we'll see. We got a lot to cover. So this one's a long one. We might want to pop this. This is from POTUS 2040. So you know. My real answer here, oh, this is so long. Maybe this is too long. Is to have automated L canceled aerials. I'm just gonna really quickly hide chat to read this. Make the literally broken characters function. Game Watch Kirby Roy. Swap wobbling for the more difficult but consistent handoff tech of Brawl. Stop the Shy Guys from having hit lag. Okay, so there's too many takes all at once. So we gotta break it down first. All right, automatic L canceling. Yeah. I'm gonna go real quick through a couple of them. Automatic L canceling. So I don't really think it's that like, we'll focus just on, there's no real way to crop it, so I'll just put the webcam like here. I think automatic L canceling, I just don't really know why people think this is that appealing. I think a big part of it is they miss out on the fact that like hit lag changes how you time L canceling. It is like a skill ceiling raising technique. I feel like spacies would be even more broken with automatic L canceling, so it doesn't really make sense to me. Broken characters function. This is a thing I'm going to come back to again and again, but there's an idea among gamers, I think generally, where it's like, how do you define balance? And some people seem to define balance as like every character is viable, which I don't actually think is, not only is it like maybe not realistic, it's also just like a really weird way to describe balance to me, because there's always going to be characters that are better. And even if you like designed a bunch of characters that were like incredibly even, the moment someone starts like optimizing that character and getting better and better, that character that they optimize suddenly becomes better than everything else. Like, yeah, this is not too hot of a take. I think there's a lot of stuff here. I just wanted to like look through it. Moving along. No one should be able to SDI out of Falco's up throw. This is not too hot of a take. I think the main reason I was going to bring up this one was basically just Falco's up throw isn't just bad because you can SDI it. It's actually just being able to DI out of it. So to Evan Rhodes, I can't tell if like the intention is Falco should have better throws, or just specifically up throw should be slightly harder to get out of. I think if you made Falco have throws that were even remotely good compared to Fox, for example, it's strangely specific, but weird is if that was what you meant. Like, it feels like, yeah, exactly, like Falco is not bad. But this is a weird one. I think you can easily get out of, KJH is actually, I like that video of his shine thing, but we can do that in a different video, ranking Fox's best moves and Falco's best moves. So this one is like, I'm going to interpret this as basically Falco's throws should be better. And in my opinion, Falco's throws are, they're the only thing holding him back from being clearly the best character. If he, which one? It would be a great mid-tier and good floaty character killer. Yeah, if he had, like, again, imagine if his grab was like not just kind of a read-based option, and he could just kind of like up throw up air the way a Fox could, or he could chain grab. Like, he would just be absurd. So that's that take. This is just true. So no, kidding. Martha's the best character in the game when accounting for human limitations. I know that people are gonna like, I'll go through a lot, and I'll also, if people have like ones that you want to add, if up throw shine was true, it would be unbelievably bad. I think this is just true. So moving along. Oh, we got someone who's already in the chat. Okay, make Ness good. Improve his hitboxes. Increase hit stun and different moves up close. Increase ground speed, dash dance length. Melee top tiers are good. Melee top tiers, but just one more rush down character would make the metagame pretty awesome. Okay, if we made Ness good. So what's making Ness bad right now? Well, there's a couple things. His recovery is really bad. His moves have like very little range. That's why he'd be like a rush down character. I'm not gonna pretend to be like an expert on Ness. I'm actually curious to hear like what people say. Definitely his recovery is insanely bad. I'm just thinking about it, like in terms of like how he approaches his kills, whatever his main kill, like, he's basically, I always see Ness as like a shittier version of Falcon. So to me, like when I conceptualize what would good Ness be, I just imagine Falcon, right? Like his down air is very similar. His back air reminds me of Knee. Maybe I'm just simple-minded and I see the electricity effect and I connect the dots there. But I think increased hit stun on certain moves would be interesting. One of my things whenever I think about character design and changing specific characters is basically the question of like, would would we actually want to play versus Ness? I think is a good question. So whenever people advocate like for something that's better, I'm always like, okay, but do we actually want to be playing against Ness? And you know, we have the OP in chat right now saying, imagine Baby Peach, but with all her crazy on-block attacks with frame advantage, but glass cannon traits. Yeah, like, but is Ness like a glass cannon really? I feel like there's a difference between like bad. I get that if he had better options, you know, he'd be worse. But I feel like, I don't know. See, it's so tricky because if you take a character that has like an incredibly bad option, and then you say keep that option really, really bad, but like let him get comboed. Like, so would he become like a fast faller then? Like, yeah, increase his fall speed. That's what I'm trying to, because like the combos, yeah, Shine Grab is so good. I remember seeing a good Twitter thread about how Falco up throw works in different characters and stuff, and it's actually good. Yeah, Falco's grabs are actually still pretty good, and people think they're bad. I spoke with Ginger about this once on Twitter, because I was going to make a video about it, but then other stuff came up. Wouldn't really say Ness combos are fine. Again, I think the parallels between Falcon and Ness are there. Like, his down air functions in a very similar way. He has a lot of combos off of up air, but then he just like doesn't really have kind of much else. He has really, really shitty neutral. Ground speed, dash dance length, I think would be interesting. Just make him run fast. I don't know, like, I think it's more about the kind of open up moves. I know his dash attack function's really weird. What even is his nair? Is it like the little, you know, like, yeah, he has the double jump cancels too. Viable, okay. Should I just screenshot viable Roy would be fun and good for the game? Should we go back to that one? To that completely awful take? But yeah. So that's this one. I think we'll go back to them. We'll kind of rank them. I'm just kind of pushing through it. Oops. Oh my God. All right. This is maybe ranked number 2. I'm going to close the webcam. In terms of, this is either number 1 or number 2 and the craziest ones I got. All right. I'm going to make this a lot bigger so people can see it. Ices have lost out in, and also I'll have this little webcam here for spoilers, to prevent spoilers. Okay. So here it is. Ices have lost out in changes to both the rule set and game in recent years. UCF makes neutral much harder for the character. The wobbling ban also makes punishment more difficult / less potent. UCF buffed every top tier versus Ices, advocating for some kind of buff to them. Oops, what? I'm gonna double check the tweet just to see what I missed here, because I think I might have cropped around it. Oh, as incentive. Okay, sorry, I just misread it. So I say, can you explain why you feel UCF buffed every top tier versus Ices? Gilly Guide replies, UCF drastically increased the rate by which dashbacks and shield drops can be performed successfully. Its intent. In neutral, a lot of the best options versus Ices involve dashbacks and shield drops. So I reply, and I didn't include this. I reply, so basically your argument is, for some reason this got closed. Their argument is, because people made more mistakes, you were able to get wobbles off more, and now you can't wobble, and you can't punish like a mistake that was literally like just shitty game design, basically. And so therefore, we shouldn't, like, they actually do clarify afterwards that they're in favor of UCF, but that, what's it called? That, like, it's still, UCF essentially nerfs Ices. So this is, well, yeah, Gilly Guide isn't necessarily saying, yo, this is like a bad thing. It's more just like, here's the reality of things. I think that is kind of true. I think, to me, from a philosophy perspective, like, Yeah, Edwin basically has it in chat. Controller RNG is good, actually. Please let me get grab back. Shield grabs when my opponent misses dash back. Wow, I cannot speak today. I wouldn't say Melee is just about forcing mistakes from your opponent. I think there's a lot of like just straight up outplaying someone. And basically the idea here is that like okay, so here's my main philosophical argument as to why this is a bad take. Is if you subscribe to this idea that like, yeah, you know, you're just about punishing mistakes. Sure, okay. So is missing a dash back a mistake? The answer is obviously no. It has nothing to do with like character. Like it's a controller thing. It's basically luck. So they're not forced errors. They're not outplaying an opponent. There's nothing inherently like skillful about it. So just advocating that like, oh man, UCF buffed every top tier versus Ices. On its own, it's like, well, that seems kind of weird. Maybe it's even true, but then we have to look at the other part of it, which is saying that if this is the case, if the argument is people make less mistakes, couldn't you argue that every top tier gets buffed by people missing dashbacks and that kind of thing? Like, because then they can punish harder. Like, even that, it doesn't really make sense to me. This is just like, it really, it's not a good take. So this one is up there for bad takes, but shout outs to Gilly Guide for also recognizing that if we took out jumping out of Shine, we would have some problems. Okay, wait, did we do this one already? So this one has like a lot to unpack. I think I'm gonna focus on make Bowser work better, and then Fox Dare is OP. So we'll start with if Bowser, I'll open up the webcam. We'll use this. See, this is the problem. They're all different formats. I'll do this better. We'll cover their Bowser argument. If Bowser were only slightly buffed in a few aspects, he could be a super interesting character that's extremely counter meta and hype. Make his jump squat shorter. I mean, like small, less long, I guess. Aerial side B have range and let fair combo. Boom. Basically a full-on grappler character. All right, so let's interact with this. I completely agree. Melee having no heavies. Okay, so basically, a couple problems with this from my perspective, off the dome. You know, not really giving it a ton of crazy thought. Is like one, I feel like him having really fast jump squat and like moving like you know, so you increase this jump squat, which would what does increasing jump squat do? Like for people who don't understand, basically there's an amount of frames when you input a jump where you're grounded and then you are able to kind of do something else. For Fox, that's 3 frames. For Bowser, I'm 90% sure it's 8 frames. So quite an enormous difference. Bowser is by far the slowest jump squat ever. Like it is yeah, even Mojo Monkey saying 8 to 6, quite huge. Like you can feel it when you try to wave dash with Bowser. It's like he's like grounded and then moves and grounded and moves. So I don't think the OP Amadeus J is advocating that we like bring it down to 3. I do think turning it to 6, yeah, he can have the slowest, but being so much slow is unreasonable. I kind of agree with that. So that's okay. I'm not sure that Bowser being good though would make it better. Aerial side B range, what the idea is that you can just combo into the kind of side B grab thing more often. And then fair comboing, I guess like I'm not seeing why this is cool. I feel like sometimes people's idea is like, yo, wouldn't it be cool if this person was good? And it's like, why? And they're like, ah, shit, I hadn't got that far. Like, he would definitely still suck, is my feeling. Just to clarify, I realize I don't have chat all the way down. Okay, one sec. I'll put it right there. Wave dash with Bowser is impossible for like 5 minutes. More adding threat of fair and adding a mix-up of side Bs versus fair on the platforms. I think he would get basically his tier list position, like where if this is the top and this is the bottom. He's obviously like, I think he's the worst character. I don't actually even think it's a contest. Well, because I asked them to, I said like, give me some takes on like what you think would be a balance thing. I'm not saying that they're expecting that we're expecting to have people do this. I'm just saying like, what would that look like, right? But I still think that like this would not make him good. Having fair combo, like I just don't. I feel like he'd still like would suck in neutral. He basically only has up B. He gets comboed super hard. Having his jump squat slightly shorter like doesn't really seem that good either. So clobbling. What if you gave Bowser wobbling with side B? That's interesting. I don't know. Again, that would clearly be way worse for the game. But it would make him a lot better because like, well, especially since wobbling, one of the like the counter techniques for it is just fucking up Nana so that you can't do it. If he could do it without like a secondary person, then it would be a lot harder to kind of counter. I think if he people would hate Bowser. This is my issue. You know, at some point I'm going to make a sequel to my meta defined video about balancing with stages and talk about just balancing low tiers. And one of my thoughts is basically like there's an idea that like, oh, we should balance this character. And then it's like, yeah, but if we do that, maybe it like kills the game. Like, do people actually want to play against good Bowser? So then the other part of this take was Fox Dare is OP. So we'll go over there. Fox Dare, I'll make it a bit smaller. See, there's a lot to cover. Fox Dare is absolutely busted. It works on defense, offense, controlling space, pressuring shields, punishing, and edge guarding. It's not necessarily the move that is unpunishable or has some inherently powerful attribute other than beating CC, I guess. It's just so good in like every situation. Hard to say what I do to fix it. Adding more laning lag or reducing hitbox seems lazy and doesn't really address the issue. But yeah, the move is whack. All right, the move is actually whack. I'm not saying I agree here, but Fox Dare is very, very strong. Beating CC alone and being like a safe aerial, Fox in conjunction with Fox's full hop makes it just really powerful. To answer Dingodiel or Dingodiel, how do I pronounce that? We should try to make them as good as Samus or Luigi. I think even that is like not necessarily something I agree with. Would it be better to have more viable characters or fewer? We keep talking about balance. My guess is for most of us, it's more about having more characters that are considered competitive. I think the problem is that like, do you want a meta where like a bunch of characters that are different are viable? Or do you want a meta where like a ton of characters, do you want to, like basically the way I see Melee's meta now is that there's like still a fair amount of character diversity, still amount of optimization that we can do. The play styles of a lot of characters are quite different. And if you, what's the word? I'm forgetting what I'm trying to say. Like, you know, it's rare to just have a character that people like uniformly hate outside of Jigglypuff. So if you put in a bunch of new characters and they're good and they're also hard to combo and maybe they share certain qualities that Jigglypuff has, or they have like really annoying gimmick or something, I feel like people just dislike Melee more rather than thinking it's better. Yeah, there's also the argument about matchups. Like, all right, so moving along. I actually think Dare is super strong. I don't think there would be a great way to nerf it. I'm going to pop off the webcam again. I think Frame Perfect Nair is also very strong. Oh, we got another end L canceling one. I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger. We're going to focus on give fair an electric effect. Okay, there's so many fun ones here. Okay, we'll start off with the general ones. So I'll make the webcam. I'm using my own face to like block stuff. Automatic L cancel we already covered. Yeah, being able to jump and take the drill and then land and punish is useful. It's the same with Falco's Dare. It does make it a lot better, but I still think the move is like quite strong. But end of chain grabs. Ending chain grabs. What do we think about this? So chain grabs, I think, are like a fun thing to learn. I think they're actually like pretty, if you're starting out in Melee, like learning a chain grab is more flowcharty than say learning how to like punish with Falco or something where it's like really mix-up based. But also there's an argument that because chain grabs inherently have way fewer ways to counterplay against it, that they could lead to like a less interesting game. But I also still kind of find chain grabs fun. And what I really do like is being able to grab off of combos, which I have like a video about. Like I think it's cool that you can kind of re-grab, do something else. I like the flow of things. I'm not sure if I love just like Sheik just re-grabs herself to like a 80 or whatever. I don't know the actual thing. So I think like I don't know how I feel about ending chain grabs. Yeah, I think changing how that's the thing is like to accomplish this, you would have to change how the grabs work. And I completely agree with Edwin that like they're an entry level punish game concept. I think really to me, when I think about chain grabs, I think about like FD being the bigger problem rather than chain grabs being the problem. Because if you look at stages with chain grabs where there's platform interaction, like you don't see the same kind of like, oh, Fox just does like 0 to 60 essentially for a while. And oh, look, Marth just basically grabs Fox or Falco and then it's kind of over. FD is the real problem, I think. So that's my take on that end of things. Young Link. Make Young Link's dash attack safe on hit at low percents. No, please don't ban FD. I need it. I don't know how I feel about this. I've been playing a lot of Young Link lately. I think he's really fun. I do feel like the dash attack could be a bit better. I think his throws could be better. I'm not sure why you would make forward throw and back throw better though, because I feel like all you really need to do is make up throw a bit better or make the grab lag itself better. Or if it could grab through the air, that would be really good. F smash more consistent. I feel like I'd rather target up smash. You can only combo F smash into F smash 2, so the 2 hitboxes. Reduce end lag on grab. I think reducing end lag on grab, I think they're talking about a missed grab or just like grab generally. That would be kind of cool. FD is actually the most balanced stage because of punish game versus Spaceys. Oh, I really should be screen capping these. I'm gonna quickly engage with FD is actually the most balanced stage because of punish game. No way. What? Like it doesn't even make sense. That makes no sense to me. Like, what about it is balanced? Like, there's so many situations where you just like take out so many aspects of the game and then like really oversimplify it. It's one of the stages where like you can kind of like go in and beat a player who's way better than you just by like kind of luck. Yeah, well, PPMD's he's got some shit takes like the rest of us. Like we gotta agree. Like PPMD is not infallible. Young Link, if he was good, would just be Smash Ultimate Sonic with a projectile. This is what I actually think Young Link. Okay, so if you play against a Young Link who's really good at projectile camping and like just sort of spamming around, I more agree with Daniel A here. I think if you play a Young Link who's really good at like aerial fucking, I'm never wrong. No, I'm like wrong 80% of the stuff I say. No, it's not about me knowing more than PPMD. I just think that like PPMD doesn't inherently have some kind of like objective ability to say this is the most balanced stage when many other top players go, that stage sucks, we should ban it. So like it is possible that it is the most even stage. I don't really think so because my argument would be that FD favors very specific things that makes this character better or worse. For example, chain grabs. Like chain grabs are way stronger on FD because there's no platforms. It makes them have utility a lot longer than they would otherwise have. So it's stuff like that. Platform and stage actually makes no sense to Melee. She is the best character in the game because she has 0 losing matchups. Sheik is the best character in the game because she has 0 losing matchups. That is interesting. Who complains about FD? No, it's not just Spacey mains. It's definitely not just Spacey mains. Like there's so many characters where FD, like Sheik characters complain. Sheik like does not like FD a lot of the time. Sheik is a character that is way better. What's it called? With platforms. So there's a huge character. I generally would say that like Puff is not usually better on FD. playing versus ice climbers. A lot of people don't like playing FD there. There's obviously people who enjoy playing FD, but like I don't think it's. I think just when you take away, like Mojo Monkey was saying about, it's a platform fighter. When you have no platforms, it's just kind of weird. Yeah, Yoshi on FD is brutal. There are certain characters that literally like their whole neutral is based around like moving through platforms, and then you kind of, not their entire neutral, but a huge chunk of their neutral. I don't even agree with the most complaints come from Spacey mains because of Marth. I don't think that's true. Like they might come from Spacey mains. Like is that actually true, or is it just the game is mostly Spacey players, and so you hear Spacey players complain? And even when you hear those people complaining, are they necessarily always complaining about Marth? Because Spacey players could very easily complain about FD against Spaceys. Like, have you played Fox against himself? He just gets grabbed. You can wave dash, up tilt. Like the way the punish game works, it becomes way, way, way more linear and boring, I would say. Moving along, this person had a couple takes. Sheik, give Fair an electric effect. I agree. That's fine. Fix Bear hitbox? What's wrong with it? Nerf rest kill power, but make her wake up earlier if she hits the rest. Wait. So make the weaker, but if she does hit it, she wakes up earlier? I don't understand how that makes sense. One sec. Falco versus Marth on FT is pretty even, to be honest. I actually also think that Falco does pretty well against Marth, but I don't know if I'd call it even. Yeah, Young Link, Bowser. So the thing is, what I was saying earlier with Young Link is just if you play against a Young Link who's really, really good at like bomb camping and like projectile camping generally, you find that like the way you play the game is like really, really, really frustrating and slow. And I don't know, it's like characters that can deal with that well. It's kind of nice that Young Link isn't a great character for that reason. Again, up you it comes out in frame 1. Oh yeah, no, rest is definitely stupid. I think rest like shouldn't kill as early as it does. I'm not sure if you just nerf the knockback, if that's always the answer, or if it needs to be the base knockback. I don't really have an issue with stock trades though. Hard counterpicks shouldn't exist in a good game. Character counterpicks or stage counterpicks? Just to clarify on that. Going through this, by the way. Make her wake up earlier if she hits the rest. That honestly like is an interesting take. So it becomes way weaker, but it becomes like still a useful combo tool. What's up? We've got the OP in chat. Nerf rest kill power, but we wake up for the move to be safe on hit. Nerfing damage, yeah. And then Captain Falcon, nerf Neep kill power. I can't stand dying at 40 from a 2-hit combo. And make the sweet spot harder to hit, so it's actually hype again to land it. Nerf knee kill power. I'm gonna just quickly go on to, what's it called? I need data. I want to look at the stats for knee. No, I don't want to play melee light. No one wants to play melee light. Come on. What are you doing? What the hell? Apps. Calculator. There we go. Falcon. Forward air. Clean. Knockback growth 100. Damage 18. Base knockback 24. It is definitely like there's a couple things that make knee really, really good. What are people saying in the chat? There's no reason it should deal 28 for rest. Yeah. Make rest jump cancelable. Shrinking the knee so it's easier to land. Disagree with making rest more safe on hit. I think what makes it cool is the risk reward attached to it. Completely agree with the risk reward for rest. I think that's what's fun. Make pound have diminishing returns like every other special move. Oh my god, there's so many takes happening all at once. So going to the knee thing, I don't think my issue with knee, I don't think it's too strong. I really don't think I have a problem with it. I think sometimes this Falco can be annoying if they just like read your tech and they get like a huge punish from that. But I'm not actually really convinced that what's happening there is what's the word? I'm trying to think what I'm trying to say. I'm just sorting through so many windows. So like if someone hard reads an option you do, like let's say it's a tech option, and they hit you really hard, is the problem that the move was too strong, or is it the problem that you were predictable enough, or that they just got lucky and guessed? Like if Fox up smashes on tech read, like up smash is a tech option, is that because up smash is too strong? Like there's so many other moves Falcon could do that are also like quite good. That being said, are they as good at like 20%? Maybe not. Like, you know, when you're Falco and you get hit really early, it can kind of suck. Add Sonic to melee to can't puff, so puffs will stop playing the game. That's like, you know, in like an anime or like I'm trying to think of a movie. Like there's, I'll describe a movie and you guys with your collective brains can fill in the blanks of like what movie I'm talking about. I can't think of one. Where basically like there's a problem and society goes, we will create a solution. And the solution, in this case, Sonic to melee, to can't puff, so puffs will stop playing the game, ends up creating a bigger problem. Like they end up creating the villain that they are trying to get rid of. That would be adding Sonic. So design character ammo, even if you would be annoying to play against. Falcon's the best designed character. Just see, this shows me scrolling through thing. It's like that one Simpsons bit. I would balance characters around Falcon level. I don't know. I think Falcon is like one of those characters that gets better and better as you see as the game and players improve, because of how strong certain options he has and because of how fast. Like I kind of am a believer that as people improve with the game, I'm trying to make this smaller, characters that are fast just get way, way, way better. Okay, Peach is low-key, I'm gonna make this smaller, low-key worse than Pichu. Think about it. Pika does better against every top tier except Sheik. All right, let's think. Peach versus, okay, wait, we'll start with Pikachu. Pikachu versus Fox does better than Pichu versus, I'm losing Pichu, what am I saying? Peach versus Pikachu. Pikachu versus Fox. This is blur territory for me. I think Peach does better versus Fox for sure. We have, I feel like, a bulk of evidence. This one does suck. Okay, Pikachu versus Falco. I would say Peach definitely does better there. Pika does better versus Fox than Peach? Yeah, exactly. No fucking way. But it seems like I'm still fine. Reconnection successful, okay. Pikachu versus Marth does better, of course. Pikachu versus Sheik does worse, but that's the exception. Pikachu versus Falcon does actually, I think, do better than Peach for sure. Pikachu versus Ices, I really have no idea. I feel like Pikachu does better versus Falcon. I think that's like a good matchup. But yeah, Pika Ices is probably going to be dog shit. I can't see how Pikachu deals with a lot of the situations. Pikachu versus Puff is, I guess, better than Peach. They're both so bad, though. Pikachu versus Puff is so bad. Oh, really? Pika versus Puff is... I know when I played Puff versus Pikachu, it felt like Pikachu couldn't do anything. He gets chain grabbed. Wait, Michael, what? Pika Puff is worse than Pika Peach. Yeah, at least Peach can pull stitches. I actually think that Peach Puff is like... As in the Puff... Michael, okay. So yeah, this is definitely a terrible take, but thank you, Ben K, for contributing. What we got here? Okay, are we already looped around? I feel like there were other ones. Okay, wait. I feel like there were other ones that I'm missing. I just want to make sure that I am not forgetting about anything. Oh, see, like I already have a ton more notifications. Okay, this is a good one. I'm gonna add some. Gonna add some right now. So we'll get. Oh wait, I definitely have. Oh, I think I forgot to add Amba Sinister's one. So I'm gonna add some as we're talking. Give me a sec. Didn't I also Mojo Monkey had one too? I don't think I had it. Yeah, I need to do Ambies. Okay, and I swear I did Mojo Monkey, so I don't see it. Okay. I'm missing it on chat. Sorry, guys. I know I'm trying to do both at the same time. All right. 16. Okay. I'm going to go back in the VOD real quick and defend myself. That's so funny. I think CC is good for slower characters. DK over. Have you done mine? Let's do Mojo Monkeys. Okay. We'll try to get to it. Let's see. Did it add it? Okay. It seems like if I... The problem was that as I added things, it didn't add the stuff properly. So let me just see if this works. Okay, can we now see? Oh yeah, there we go, the new ones. Okay. Let's start with Mojo Monkeys. Okay. Actually, I realized I cropped out, or it doesn't seem to fit the thing. Wait, what? Did I do 2 of these? Yeah, I did. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's so much people in the chat. CC and ASDI at a basic level rewards getting hit, and that's completely counterintuitive for fighting games. It's even worse since you don't have to be crouching to ASDI. Yeah, I kind of agree. I know PPMD has that same opinion. The thing about being critical of CC is that if you criticize CC and say like we should get rid of it, so many characters in Melee become like absurdly powerful without it. Like Falcon's Nair just becomes like unbelievably amazing. A lot of moves just like all of a sudden the game just breaks by that. But let's just go through. DK versus Ganondorf is better than Ganondorf. I think movement is absolutely essential in this game. It's one of the reasons that the meta has shifted away from characters like Peach, Ganon, etc., and more towards Spacey, Sheik, and Marth. DK has a real dash dance game. That's true. While Ganon can't even jump, they both have similar weaknesses. I'll make this a little bit bigger. Big fat, not the best recoveries, but DK has way more ways to mitigate this, especially with how insanely good his up B is. Their matchup spreads differ, but I think DK does slightly better against Spaceys, Sheik, Falcon, etc. Also, both characters heavily rely on grab, Ganon less so, but DK is much better at actually landing them. This is an interesting take. I'm just going to quickly reply to chat. DK over Ganon is so crazy to me. DK has like no way of getting in such threat, even with a solid dash dance. At least Ganon has kind of vertical threat, solid platform maneuvering game. I feel like he does have a good dash dance, DK. I feel like spacing bear is not terrible. I think that the difference is that Ganon does have like the angling of his forward air. He has ways to kind of like... I think Edwin's talking about like neutral vertical threat, not as in like you're below him, more like the way Fox's full hop operates. That's at least my interpretation of it. No platform maneuverability game. I think shield drops make DK a lot stronger. I don't know. I play like both characters a fair amount. I play as DK a fair amount. Obviously, Mojo Monkey is like infinitely more of an expert than me, like clearly, with DK. And I don't play Ganon, like I play against Ganon, but I don't really play Ganon ever. My feeling is I don't actually think this seems that crazy to me. I think it seems like my feeling when playing against both of them is that DK, at least if you get a hit off of say Falco, for example, you probably lose your stock. I've played against people who have like really, really, really solid punish games, and that same is sort of true for DK. If, say, for example, my perspective as a Falco player, Falco hits DK, he probably kills him. But I don't think Ganondorf hits DK. Ganondorf hits Falco, he probably kills him. I actually don't think that's the case a lot of the time. I think he gets like he kind of has like the shittier version of what Falcon has, where like if he tech reads something or if he gets like a good position, he can like hard punish, get 40% and maybe edge guard him. But I don't know. There's a shield drop up air. He also has up B to counter shield drop. Let me think, because I've always thought DK was slightly worse. DK up B is insanely good. DK approaching Barret into detailed seems okay. Up air against people shielding and plats, and you can up B and beat their shield. There's a lot of discussion. Mid tier. So okay, my thoughts with the mid tier versus high tier stuff is like I don't really care if a character is like better versus mid tiers, because I don't know, like it just doesn't seem that relevant. Obviously, we're talking about mid tiers characters, so of course if they're bad versus other characters, but I think like if you're good versus top tiers, like this is kind of like my Samus perspective, right? So Samus is like pretty good against Spaceys, does okay versus Marth. I still think Samus is like a terrible character, but part of the reason why Samus is like even relevant at all is because of those matchups. I think if Samus was just like, if you took out those matchups, like Samus would be clearly terrible. I don't think Nyan's Gan would do worse than Rishi's DK against the top tiers. I think that individual players though, like Samus was relevant because of Duck. Samus is still okay. Like that's the thing, Mojo Monkey, I agree. Nun's Ganondorf is way better than Rishi's DK. I think trying to compare them is sort of like I also agree that DK is one underdeveloped. I'm gonna call this a hot take. This is to me. We'll go to the top again. There's so many little boxes I have to pull. This is, I think, up there in terms of good hot takes. Where do we have? I gotta make this small again. Okay, let's go through. What are the new ones? Which one is this? I'm trying to remember. Oh, this was Marth needs a nerf. All right. And why? Mostly comes down to how terrifying Marth's punish game is for most of the cast. F Smash having reduced knockback is a good starting point, as it is a bit too much reward, especially at early percents. This is a spoiler alert. This is a bad take. Up air and fair are both incredibly spammable, and doing so is a decent strategy at lower levels. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Gonna make my cam like maybe up here. I'd love to lower the range or add some lag to them, like the latter, to remove short hop double fair as an option. Interesting that they're advocating for lag of the move animation, not landing lag. For those who don't understand the difference, is like if Marth's fair is like and then it lands and he has X amount of end lag, and that's canceled out, cut in half by L canceling. There's also the like making the animation have a lot of like end frames so that he can't throw out a second fair while he's doing it. Marth's punish game is terrifying at mid-early percents, but the whole point is you can't take advantage of it early, you get shit. If you can't take advantage of it early, you get shit on beat up so bad. Arrow, I disagree because Link has the sword. But yeah, I think this is really, really, really bad take. Let me keep going. Difficult on the Marth in those situations, requiring actual brain usage to juggle an opponent. Requiring actual brain usage. Interesting. There's plenty of ways to nerf him, but that's what it feels like is least balanced about him that can be nerfed without losing who he is as a character. So the basic idea is that we could nerf Marth by making his up smash, reduce knockback, making them have up air and fair have less range and more lag, but that wouldn't lose what he is as a character. So if you did this, you would destroy Marth as a character. Adding more lag would literally break many of his true combos. Adding lower range would break many of his true combos. Imagine Mewtwo King style FD, and he's trying to do up air and fair combos. He's trying to do a Ken combo, and he hit stun is just about to run out, and he swings his sword to do a forward air, but it doesn't reach. So he has to walk a bit closer, and hit stun runs out, and now Fox or whoever can escape. It doesn't really make any sense. I think my experience usually when people advocate for nerfs like this is they kind of go like, all right, nerfing Marth. Well, let's just start with adding some lag, lowering the range, reducing the knockback, and it's like, holy shit. Like, if this were a cooking recipe, it'd be like, why don't we double the amount of sugar? Why don't we put in twice as much meat? We'll double the salt as well. It's like, what are you doing, man? This is your modest change? Like, I think if you were to look at this and actually try to like rein in a Marth nerf, maybe it would be something like, yeah, F smash base knockback is a little bit lower. So you can't like go in and do a random F smash and get a tech chase scenario or something. I don't know. Like, but this is so exaggerated. Let's go to Amber Sinister's take. This is the old one. I'm going to put my webcam somewhere. Oh my gosh. You fools keep acting like this timeout business is the fault of the characters and not the fault of the existence of the top platform. Already very spicy. Let me fix everything for you right now. Ambi's stage list. Frozen Stadium. That's literally the entire stage list. Get some context here. Pros. Puff is substantially nerfed. You can't camp the top platform anywhere. Cons. The people who constantly... I'm going to put my webcam. Whoa. Why can't I? I'm literally clicking on the webcam and it's... There we go. People who constantly complain about their characters being garbage. All main characters who are now worse. Making them now right. The wording is so great. If you reply to this tweet with "but Nintendo," you're a cop. I'm looking at these two. Samus would be as good as Falcon if she had a decent short hop. The thing that makes Marth broken is his dash dance animation. No, I wouldn't say that's true. He has so many things that make him good. Melee should have a 5-minute timer instead of an 8-minute one. That's a cool one. So where were you guys when you were... I made these community posts. I made a tweet. 5-minute timer. That sounds like we'd get timeouts every game, by the way. So that's how that would work. 5-minute timer. Every single game would end in timeout. That's my assumption. You reduce it by almost half. But yeah, so Frozen Stadium. What would be the implications of adopting Frozen Stadium as the only stage? Puff would be nerfed, I'd say, in most cases. Well, I also posted on YouTube, right? You don't just need to have Twitter. Like that. Most of these are from the YouTube community page. Pokemon Stadium is a big stage. It has a very, very low ceiling. And not having a top platform means you can abuse... So like basically the existence of a top platform, it kind of depends character to character. Some characters have very poor vertical mobility, including Puff herself actually. So you can't... So having a top platform in Puff's case allows her like a place to kind of like land and refresh her jumps. And if she doesn't have that, she can't commit as high up in the air. Similarly, there's characters like Peach where like if the top platform is very high, she can't really punish people that go up there unless she really hard commits. The tube's algorithm is trash. That sucks. I'll try to... There's not a great way to fix it, I guess. So like, you know, that is a shame though. I wish I could make that better. Frozen Stadium only stage list. So obviously we don't want to have only one stage. This is of course is a meme post, but make Pokemon Stadium ceiling like FOD or Battlefield height. Then this would be cool. It's tricky. Like, yeah, this one's a tricky one. There's a lot of factors to cover. I think that the simple answer is that like more stages is better. But I'm talking more about like what really would be the implications of it. Like imagine if we just took out the top platform for every single stage. Yeah, I think there's other things that killed Smash 4, but I agree that like it sucks that there's only one stage. I also don't think that Smash 64, sorry, is dead. Remove infinite ledge. Okay. I've got another take that I'm gonna copy and paste. Okay. Okay. I think this one's new. Oh, I like this one. Give wall jumps to every character. Decrease. Okay, let's start there. Give wall jumps to every character. What do we feel about this? So all of a sudden you get Puff being able to do crazy wall jump, scar jump shit on fucking Yoshi's story. You get Marth doing insane offstage combos, and his recovery gets so much better. Who else? Peach is able to do really weird Peach bomber shit, I'm sure. Yeah, no, it's definitely been an interesting conversation. I'm glad that you enjoyed it, Amadeus J. It seems like people are having fun. The thing is my rationale for this, I like literally came up with this idea at like 12:30 last night a.m. I was like, everyone has some hot take that they are dying to talk about. They're dying to pitch it to someone, and they're convinced so strongly that it's the right idea. So that's why I wanted to give a platform to those people. Wall jumps to every character. Any floaty with wall jumps would be crazy. Imagine Samus. Oh wait, actually Samus does have wall jumps. What am I saying? I was like that's a brain fart moment there. But what else am I like? Who's a floaty? I know Puff is the most broken one. Marth would be crazy. She can already do it. What are the other big characters? Ices would be really weird. Yeah, imagine if Samus had like down smash. It'd just be completely insane. Moving on to the next one. Decrease Ganon's, Zelda's, and Link's jump squat by 1 and Bowser's by 2 frames. It doesn't sound that crazy. This person has, I think, pretty like chill takes. Wall jumps to every character would be unbelievably fucked. But yeah, this one, I don't think I have too much of an issue with this. I feel like just changing the jump squat does change a lot of stuff. Like their out of shield game changes a lot. But also give Ganon a usable up tilt. Looking at Samus here. Slightly increase Ganon's aerial drift. I think if his aerial drift was a bit better, he would be a lot better. Give it to more characters. Yeah. This one's a fun one. I like this one. This is in the good category, even though there's some clearly fucked up stuff that would be like if you gave Marth wall jumps, you might have to quit Melee. It'd be a sacrifice. We might have to never play the game again. So good and bad. This one recently, 90% of Peach players get carried by absolutely broken hitboxes and think they're good. Okay, so what are the broken hitboxes? Down smash, of course. Nair, I feel like is better because of frame data, not because of the hitbox itself. What other things are broken? I feel like it's just dash attack actually has a really fucking weird hitbox. I have Melee open, but like we haven't actually spent any time going into Melee at all. And I think there's something that you can do that's like interesting to actually, let me just pull it up real quick. I'm going to open up debug mode or developer mode or whatever you want to call it. Okay, we'll open up Peach. Okay, how's this? All right, so, oops. That's not what we want. Yeah. Wait, no. How do I do this? I fucking forget. Okay, there we go. What is this? I don't want any of this. I should just okay. I think we're good. I just need Peach to wake up. So if I do, so her dash attack hitbox, that's not too bad. I think down smash is a little crazy. Wait, our expert for what? Are you talking about me? Fox will help Mirth dash dance, puff air mobility. I do have Frogman's tweets. I've added them. I don't think the hitboxes are that dumb. Like, I flow canceled it by accident. It's hard to do the. Yes, I end up letting go of Y. I don't think the hitboxes are that bad. I think it's more down smash is kind of silly. I think if anything, my shitty Peach take is that yeah, I would say the hitboxes are not the problem. I think it's more just like how she uses them and like her reliance on crouch cancel and stuff like that. Yeah, like if we were to compare, what is it, upstart? That's what it is. Sorry, developer mode is kind of hard to use. Morph Ball, I don't think, if you were criticizing me, I don't think you realize that I'm using developer mode, which has different controls than standard melee. Like to pause, for example, you have to do X up start, like D-pad up. So certain things like that get confusing. I definitely think Mirth has way more broken hitboxes. Like, you know, oops, wait. Like, look at that shit. Look at this shit. That's some good shit right there. That's some good disjoint. Amazing. Did we do? I'm going to go back to it. So, which one do I have next? I think I have to quickly refresh to, because even though I have a directory listed, it needs to go back to the directory. Okay. Let's see if I can find it. Here we are. Frogman. Okay. Whoa, we made this way too big. Okay, I'm gonna quickly turn off my webcam. Okay, so here's the next take. Just nerf ledge stalling overall. Implementing something similar to PM, only being able to re-grab the ledge 6 times, and on the 7th you don't get invincibility. Would be good for the game. Generally agree with that. Nerf rising pound stalling. People seem to think that if you rising pound forever, that you'll just have, what's it called? Rising pound. What am I trying to say? That you can just keep infinitely doing it. You lose height every time, just so you know. So it's not as OP as people think it is. Of course, you could just walk off stage and then rising pound for a bit. But do we need to nerf it? I think we just ban it. Like, you can't be doing it for a certain amount of time. Remove freeze glitch, whatever. Fix shield, ATDD glitch. Which one is that? Quality of life things. Maybe remove Luigi ladder for the same reason. That's like a, for those who don't know about what Luigi ladder is, it's where you like up B into each other and you like climb in teams. It's like a stalling. Fan of your idea that the game can functionally be rebalanced without touching other stages by changing the stage list. Fix Yoshi's dash grab on Z-axis shenanigans. That makes sense. Eloquin, go for it with your take. Samus and DK losing their neutral up B when they get hit during up B is dumb. I completely agree with that. I've talked about that on stream a couple times. Game Watch should be able to L cancel aerials. Sure. Name tag should be hidden when invisible. A lot of these are just like, yeah, like these. This is on the good takes for the most part. Okay, keep shine frame 1, but make it do 99%. Make its hitbox cover the whole screen. That's a solid 1C stick. Potentially some hot takes. Nerf puff rest so rest can't star screen KO. Interesting. Some of them are obvious things, yeah, but a lot of people don't consider the obvious stuff. I think you should still give credit for people who like, who approach like certain things that like, the puff rest idea is really interesting. Nerf Sheik so that the tech in place roll animations are discernible, so you can reaction tech chase her. Buff gentleman so it's easy like pal. Forgot to add remove infinite ledge sing stalling with puff. Can only be done. Infinite ledge sing stalling isn't a thing. You can punish sing. If you're doing it, you're vulnerable. I'll show you guys in melee so that you guys know. So I'll go back to melee for a second. So this is melee. You may have seen this game before. This is a bad angle. I'll do it on this side. So notice how she goes yellow. That's when you can hit her. So it's not like you can just sit here and sing stall forever. There is a hitbox, but if you just like F smash this, she'll just die. So I think this is just a misunderstanding of how, because like look, this is the invincibility, right? Blue is intangible. So when you jump, like, oops, when you do the sing stall, you're not invincible. Eloquent. The ledge should give you no invincibility once you leave the ledge. Plus make all normal ledge options. Plus make all normal ledge options what? Better? Oh, we'll make ledge play more fun. Get up attack. I think ledge stuff isn't that controversial. I think a lot of like people would agree that ledge mechanics in Melee aren't always great. Like I think, you know, being able to invincible ledge dash isn't necessarily, oh, I'm so bad with Fox though. Like being able to do that, not really great. Like it's just not a great thing. Even just being able to do, like there's, if you do this perfectly, you still are vulnerable. But like, it's just not, it's not great. Which is the sing stall? Oh, if you land the sing. Yeah, I misunderstood what you were saying. Totally, yeah. If you have the opponent, you can infinitely stall. Like, do people do that though, right? Like, it's like we know that it's like, do we need the game to have, like, what I'm trying to say is if the game has an obvious flaw or whatever, and you can fix it by doing a pretty like, hey guys, this is not allowed. Do we really need it to be like hard banned? Yeah, it's banned already. I feel like that's like not like a hot take really. So I think like I don't think that's super impactful. I feel like, yeah, exactly. Like when do we see HBox do it? All right. So we've done a lot. Is there any? I'm gonna just double check Twitter because people. I'm just looking at how many fucking takes I have in here. I think we've covered most of them. So I think it's time now. I'm gonna close Melee. I think it's time to rank them, best to worst, and we'll basically call who is definitively has the shittiest take and the best take. So we'll start from the beginning, and I'll give you guys a refresher on who's who. Okay, who's the first one? It's definitely lasagna, right? Yeah, all right. Okay, so first up, we have this take. Spaceys being able to jump out of shine would be an insanely good change and would bring a far more diverse meta. Good? This one's good? This is in my top 3 for worst takes. This is terrible. We have, this is not the correct order. Is it random? That's I think what's wrong right now. I'm gonna just quickly change it. Loop. Yeah, there we go. What was the next one? This is not the order. Automatic L cancels. Martha's the best character for the game. I'm trying to think of like the worst ones. I think this one, where is it? Right here. This was also incredibly bad. This was maybe one of the worst. If not the worst. Oh, I gotta reopen Twitch chat. Or not Twitch. Yeah, I don't think even PAL is good, but the Shine one is like truly insane. Make Bowser better. It's okay. Automatic L cancel. Waking up earlier, interesting. PAL's not good for like so many reasons. I feel like it's hard to articulate all of them. I think like some things are okay. But like at the end of the day, a lot of the changes I feel make the game less fun to watch and play rather than more fun. I think the evidence is just that people switch to it. Although, like, you could also argue the reason people switch is because the American scene is so big. So I don't know. I personally don't like it. I don't like that. I don't mind that Fox's up smash is nerfed, but there's other stuff. Like, I don't like that you can't do dare with Marth and get a spike. There's a lot of small changes. I kind of prefer Sheik being able to chain grab, those kind of things. Yeah, I guess so. Peach is low-key worse than Pichu. This was a truly trash one. This was nerfing Marth. I honestly think it's hard. I think this has a potential for one of the best. This was Ganon is worse than DK. Envy's is meh. Give wall jumps to every character is insane, but a lot of these ones I think were actually pretty cool, modest. This is meh. What else we have? This is like the most safe melee takes, quality of life. Stuff that we either all have as agreed as a community to ban. So, oops. Automatic L cancels. This one is meh. No one should be able to Falco. Okay, so what? I want people to weigh in. I want chat to weigh in. What do you guys feel is the shittiest take, and then what's the best one? Oh yes, 5-minute melee timer. That's the trash one too. This one is like the funniest to me, because the argument is Ices are really good at punishing mistakes, and now people make less random mistakes. That one's really, really bad. This one, if Bowser was better, that's pretty normal. This one's so bad. I am torn between either. Where is it? I don't see the lasagna one. Oh, here it is. I think it's either this or it's the Gilly Guide one. Yeah, Marth Fairlag. Just kill Marth for no reason. The Shine one actually made me physically sick. 2-minute timer would fix melee. The Icy guy is right. I don't know if he's right. Well, there's two takes here. And I think, like, if someone gives you like a steaming hot piece of shit on your plate and then a decent sandwich, do you go, well, I mean, there is a piece of shit on my sandwich, or like next to my sandwich, but I like Pal. You suggested buffs to Ices, but that doesn't change your point, Gilly. Like, if you say, this is what I think we should buff Ices, that's kind of two separate takes. Like, what I'm reacting to is like, here's your take, and then you also suggest some other stuff. But it's not like I covered your rationale, right? Like why you felt that way. I'm not like you gave a lot of stuff here, but I don't think like but if we didn't talk about them, we can talk about them now. Basically Gilly's idea was that Ices have kind of lost out to rule set changes. UCF makes neutral harder for the character. Walling ban makes punish more difficult. UCF buffed every top tier versus Ices, advocating for some kind of buff to them as incentive. Ices deserve empathy. They deserve some consideration and balance. I think basically a lot of this comes down to like, do you think wobbling should be banned? I do. I also don't really care if we nerf a character and make their punish game harder or make it harder for them to get their like grab infinite. I'm not really sure why we should feel like sympathetic to them. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, I'm sympathetic to ices when people like bully ices, or when they say like, yeah, fuck ices players, or like that kind of stuff, because that's completely unacceptable and it's unnecessary. But when people say I hate wobbling, that's not like, yeah. So Morphball, you're like intentionally misrepresenting me by saying because ices are people. I'm not saying. I'm saying why should we be sympathetic to an ices player just because their character is bad? I'm not saying we should treat them badly. I'm saying why should we somehow buff ices if the community feels like something that ices does is like really really shitty and like goes against the kind of vision for the game, I guess. Like, so I think anyone who says like, yeah, fuck Ice Climbers players, we should like, they're the only character targeted by rule set changes since 2010. I think explicit rule set changes, yes. It's also objectively wrong because wobbling was there for 2013, so they were like okay, I guess you're saying like they were targeted in 2013, turning wobbling on and then turning it off. I think saying that wobbling ices players like their way of having fun is wobbling is misrepresenting ices players personally. Like I think that sounds, I'm not an ices player, so I could be wrong, but I think saying that what they like is wobbling is a bit it's like, don't they just like playing the character? Like, isn't it the desyncing and the handoffs and stuff? Like, Gilly, I literally just addressed your suggestions. So I'm not really sure what you feel like. Oh, you mean the fair hitboxes, near hitboxes? Like, I mean this in a not disrespectful way, but you tweeted 10 things and then I replied to like a thread of it, and now I'm engaging with the thread, but you can't expect me to give like a full essay on your take. So I've given my thought on how UCF the take UCF hurts ices because they get less wobbles off of mistakes is a bad take. As for buffing ices, I guess I'm not really sure why we should buff ices over any other character. Like what specifically, like why should we buff ices over Samus? Shouldn't we feel bad for Samus players? Why should we buff ices over Luigi? Doesn't Luigi deserve a better recovery? Why should we buff ices over like barely affects Puff and Peach? That's like the only way. Wait, I'm confused. You're saying that like I would assume that you mean wobbling is essential to win against Puff and Peach. Isn't that what you're saying? Because like I've never met an ices player who says that if anything, the complaint is that they don't need wobbling against fast fallers, but they do against Puff and Peach. There's no way to buff Samus? Come on, what are you talking about, man? There's so many ways to buff Samus. Yeah, like Amadeus J has it exactly. Like, am I gonna sit here and spend like an hour on a single take when I had 20 plus submissions? I think I actually had 40 comments on my thing, and then Twitter I had another like 20 replies. How do you buff Samus? You could do it in so many ways, like give her aerials less lag, make her aerial drift speed faster, make her ground movement speed faster, give her, her missiles more knockback. Like, yeah, without modifying the game. But what Gilly is advocating for is also modifying the game. The tweets that we're not seeing on screen, like if you want to, I'll take this off. Where is it? Like this is the Twitter stuff here. Like it's things like, to look at for buffs are fair hitboxes, nair hitboxes, and F tilt down. So they're saying like, they're talking about actually modifying the game. Gilly is. So I mean, then we're just having a discussion of should wobbling be banned, and I just don't think that's super interesting for what we're talking right now. But Gilly, if you feel I misrepresented you, I apologize, but I can't address like super long takes. It's just not realistic. And I do agree that multiple people are talking about different things. Anyway, I think we're not having a super clear consensus in chat. So going back to it, what do we feel are the worst and the best? I think this one might be second to this one. I think this is the worst. Yeah, banning waddling discussions. And then in terms of the best, this one's a good one. Ganon being worse than DK. I like that one. That was spicy. This one, if we take away wall jumps to every character, was pretty cool. This one was very like this one was like fishing for being good though. You know, it's very modest. It's not really hot takes. They're all like, hey, here are quality of life changes to melee. Automatic L canceled. Aerials. No one should be able to SDI. That one was pretty weak. And then of course, as I said before, this is just true. The Puff rest star, no star KO thing was good. That was cool. A lot of points to that. This was Edwin's about making Ness better. I don't think the game would be better if Ness was better. I never actually addressed this, but the low profiling jump squat thing is a good idea. It's dumb that Puff can sometimes just crouch and dodge moves, but it's kind of a weird thing. It's like sort of a small change anyway. Okay, so I think this one's the worst, and then I think this one might be the best. There's also, where was the Puff rest one? Wasn't there. Oh, this was bad, man. It's funny looking back at them. This was so bad too. I don't see the Puff one. Was it in here? Yeah, but the whole point is that this is subjective. Talking about subjective shit in a stream about I'm gonna react to your most spicy takes. Like, there's no way for me to be objective here. Like, I'm not gonna go in and be like, look, guys, like, I know that melee would be worse or better. This is me going, here is my rationale. Enjoyment, though, it does matter a lot for character balance. I think that's the thing people forget, is that, like, if the most balanced, like, the most balanced version of melee would be two characters who have almost identical moves and play on the same stage. And so enjoyment is always going to be connected to balance. Like, and saying it's subjective, like, balance is subjective too. There is no like you can talk about balance being objective by like looking at stats and going onto a website and going, oh, look, Puff players have a win rate of this versus that. But really, there isn't really an objective measure. You can't really say like objectively, Fox is better than Marth. Like right now, you just can't. They're too close. There's too many variables. There's player skill to take into factor. So it ends up becoming a subjective judgment. Yeah, I also, Brennan Charette, that's a good point. Ooh, Walt, how's it going? Little late to the party, but I'll take the hot takes. But the thing is it's balance is more complicated than balance. Every character is equal or not. Like that's the thing. It's not even like a philosophy. It's like if you're like, what am I trying to say? For starters, like actual balance doesn't exist, right? So you can't just be like, oh well, balance is every character having like equal opportunities and blah 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 blah, and you know, like that doesn't exist. The characters are too different because like literally like say for example, look at character perception around matchups and how it's evolved, and realize that the reasons it's evolved is because people have like optimized the character, learned new ways to handle things. Look at Sheik versus Falcon was once like, oh, it's so easy for Sheik. And now certain people are like, maybe it's almost even at top level, but like at lower level, it's different. Those are the kind of things you got to consider. I'm not saying, okay, Murphball, it feels like you repeatedly are intentionally trying to misrepresent what I'm saying. So either like you're doing it out of bad faith or you're just really misunderstanding what I'm saying, which is that like I'm saying true 100% balance does not exist, but also there are obvious ways to measure when a character, like, okay, it's one thing to say who is better, Marth or Fox. It's another thing to say who is better, Ganon or Fox. It's pretty easy to give pretty accurate reasons as to why Ganon would be way worse. A lot harder to go, you know, which would be better. It's also easy to say how you could improve a character, like objectively. You can say, hey, this would make the character better. But then it becomes subjective as how you interpret that, because the game is so like, it's an expression of how you play. So if, say, for example, if we made like an aerial a little bit less laggy, like it's kind of, there's a butterfly effect of how that actually like ends up sort of panning out. Exactly. Mimi almost looked like Peaches, but Peaches. The only way to ensure your cast is perfectly balanced is to give them all the exact same tools. Like that really is only the only way for it to work. Yeah, I keep forgetting that there's a bit of a chat delay. Did Walt actually put the take in, or is he just kind of popping in, saying the take, and then hopping out? Now is a good time, by the way, if you are interested, people, to join my community Discord. So Melee is indeed sick. My best Melee hot take. Melee should allow the use of a USB adapter at controllers. Controllers let you do things too consistently. You can nerf USB controllers with the adapter's firmware. Ooh, that's a hot take. Wow, what the heck? Not even a hot take with the criteria you chose. Dingo Dial. Martha's best character in the game with human limitations. Oh yeah, Liberty. That's just true. That's just true. It's my opinion. I do think Martha's. I think Martha's the best character in the game. I don't actually even think if we like tasks only that Martha's necessarily worse than Fox. I think people kind of have this weird idea that like because Fox can like move really fast and has good frame data. Which latest comment? Morphball, like you have to understand there's literally like a stream of people chatting and I'm also checking Twitter and like spamming through things or moving through. Which comment is this? If we say Ganon's worse than Fox, then the goal would be to make Ganon better until he's roughly as good as Fox, right? So yeah, I agree. BA Gamer 13. Like you can't constantly be like, hey, what about my comment? What about this in a live stream with a bunch of people? But to still address it, I don't think it's as simple as saying we got to buff Ganon until he becomes as good as Fox, because you also have to like let things sit and develop, right? Like maybe like look at how Puff was maybe not the best character or not even in contention for best character until way later. Yeah, because obviously I'm looking through chat and trying to like, there's probably a lot of people in chat who think, wow, like he never even acknowledged my comment. So, it's just, that's just part of streaming. Yeah, I think controller stuff will end up being a big point of discussion later on. I think it's probably good to wrap up though. I was hoping to wrap up a little closer to 3. and it's much earlier than that. I was actually thinking I would switch to like playing melee, but I've been feeling like really sick lately with like migraine headaches, and I tried playing earlier today, and I just found it was making me not feel great. So I don't think I'm gonna do melee, but universal jump squat. Oh, that's a bad take. I keep fucking tabbing out of chat and doesn't track it. My bad. Stomping top tiers is how Ganons get off. Where's the Panda Global Gaming Controller? Oh man, the Panda Global Gaming Controller being delayed made me sad. But it did make me, like, I hope they make a really good product. Universal Jump Squat, just to address it, is a completely crazy idea, I would say. I think Jump Squat balances certain options. When you buff or nerf Jump Squat, you affect every out of shield option essentially. Not every single one, but a lot of them, like not grab, but and certain options would become way better if they were 3 frames faster, etc. Even just improving Falco's options would be a huge deal. 2 frames. I'm pretty sure he's 5 frame jump squat. I always end up forgetting. Falco jump squat. But so yeah, universal jump squat would be crazy. Yeah, 5 frames. DK Chew busted. Thoughts on PG controller being programmable like the box? I don't know how I feel about that. I think like generally I don't really like I don't want to have people like changing major, like, okay, so the box exists, but I like the idea of the box still being kind of standardized. I don't want to have people really heavily changing controllers too much. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to it's a complex opinion to react to. What I'm trying to say is when you play against a player who plays on the box, if anyone has done it, I've done it. They play differently. If you play the game a lot, like if I've played the game thousands of hours, you notice like the way they play is different, and that's because they have access to different tools and stuff. And so you have to kind of like there's almost like a mental hierarchy of, okay, they're probably not going to do this option because it's more technical, blah blah blah. And that's all a result of changing a controller. So if you could program a controller to have like, the C stick do, wave that. Certainly I wouldn't want macros, but even just like, we could put this button here and that button there, it would change how you end up playing against a person, and like not knowing that kind of sucks. And I just feel like it opens up a whole can of worms that like standardization, I think, solves essentially, or like it makes it easier to deal with. So, I'm not sure. I don't actually like this feels like a very complicated issue to weigh in on, and I hear myself talking about it and going, do I believe that? I don't know. Like there's a lot to think about. So for this particular opinion, I'm very open to being wrong. I think I like kind of keeping it as similar as possible while also addressing like the need for ergonomic addressing ergonomic concerns and stuff. I think Walt literally just came in, said, I got a hot take, and then left. It's a real gamer move. Auto cancel could go either way. I think it would be bad. In terms of the best take, because Sandro asked that, I think the best take. I liked Moja Monkeys. Maybe it's Moja Monkeys. It's a hot one, but it's got some logic to it. It's tricky though. I'm surprised nobody reacted to this Micro Melee shirt. It's Maybe it's just not that noticeable. I know the microphone is like right in front of it. Marth, best character, best take. I am going to do a tier list on Twitch when I hit a certain sub count. Although maybe I'll end up doing more YouTube streaming since obviously I get like a decent amount of interaction here. Hard to say. I also am hoping to like I know YouTube has like members. The melee font on the shirt is just okay. As in like this part is just okay or this part. You guys I think could still get this shirt, but one of the problems that I had is looking at different manufacturers for merch. The colors are kind of hard to get right. Like the way it works usually is they have a bunch of different shirt colors, and so they might not have like the perfect kind of blue, like this kind of blue. And so, you know, but eventually I'm going to try to get like, obviously I'm trying to sort of expand my content. I think it's still available, but it's, I feel bad if you buy it now. Cause like it might be because like, you know, maybe I redesign it or do something more. I'm going to like look up. I had a Society 6, thing a long time ago, which is like a merch store. Yeah. So they're still here. Wait, I don't even see t-shirts. Okay. Yeah, I don't even see the regular shirt. So it might not even be available. What the fuck? But there's a macro melee shirt. That's so weird. I don't see it. I'm going to quickly look. My Society. Because how do I own this shirt? Did I delete it? Should have the Razor Sword and Mirror Shield. I mean, I guess I don't know how that would affect him. I'll look into the merch thing again. For people who are interested in merch, I have a friend who does. I'll show you guys actually. I have a friend who does merch. I'll pop up in the monitor. And where do I put the webcam? I have no idea. So this is my friend's. He makes clothing. He's like a designer. So you know, like this is an example of a shirt he made. It's like kind of a custom shirt. That's not him. That's just some model. And I was saying to him like, "Yo, we should collaborate and like you know, we could make some. You could sell merch on my merch on your site, and we could get some really cool like." Artist version of like a Smash collaboration. He also has cool face masks like this thing. These little face masks, they have like cool little monsters on them. I don't know what you guys think of these, but I think it'd be cool to have like something of this style for Melee. Yeah, custom skins are tricky. But yeah, I think I should head out too. I know this is like really random. But yeah, follow me on Twitter. Thank you, Amadeus J, for following me on Twitter. That's @RadarSSBM. I also wanted to give a shout out to Toph's thing. If you guys are still looking for someone to watch, he is doing a, what's it called? Stream with Ben SW talking about Twitch stuff. I wonder if he's live now. Not yet. But check out Twitch's, what's his name? Toph's stream. At 3 p.m. He's going to talk about like some of the DMCA stuff. And thanks for watching. Yeah, you know, like as always, it's great to have people kind of weighing in. This was fun. But since there's no way to host people in YouTube, I think I'm out. Thanks for watching. New videos coming soon. Probably going to be doing some more streams. Maybe not on YouTube, maybe on YouTube. We'll see. If they're not on YouTube, they're at... I'm going to type it in the chat. But yeah, glad to hear you guys had fun. See you later.